It's Monday. You decide to take your wife out on an impromptu lunch date. The two of you settle on Sushi and head over to the restaurant that's been the local go-to for over 20 years, Dave's Sushi. Little did you know that today was the one day you should have gone literally anywhere else. Once you've left Dave's after having a lovely meal, your wife says she's feeling unwell. Must have been something she ate that's not agreeing with her. But as time ticks on, she doesn't show any signs of feeling better. In fact, she's only getting worse. And it's to the point now where it'd probably be a good idea to go to the ER to be safe. Once your wife is checked in, you settle in the emergency waiting area and wait. When all of a sudden,
Code blue, code blue, code blue, code blue.
Quickly you take out your phone and Google what it means. It can't be my wife, because it's just food poisoning. You think to yourself, it can't be. But it was. Your wife is going into cardiac arrest. On April 17th, 2023, hospital staff informed John Ventura that his wife, Donna, had gone into cardiac arrest, but that thankfully, they were able to resuscitate her. And that's when I knew it wasn't just regular food poisoning. This was grave and serious, John later recalled. Donna spent the next 12 days fighting for her life. Her throat hurt. Her body hurt, John later said. You touched her skin and it was very tight. Think of a balloon that was at max pressure before it bursts. Her skin was leaking fluid because it was so tight. The doctors did all they could, but ultimately, her kidneys and liver shut down. And on April 29th, 64-year-old Donna tragically lost her life. And she wasn't the only one to succumb to that fate after eating at Dave's Sushi on April 17th. 75-year-old William Lewis also passed away after dining there the very same day, and 51 others came down with food poisoning, with most reporting gastrointestinal symptoms. So, what was it that caused these tragic losses? Morel mushrooms. Even though people who have knowledge of mushrooms identify the species as poisonous, this is not commonly known by chefs, and they serve them at a number of high-end restaurants around the world. This was the first known morel mushroom-related food poisoning case in the United States, but in 2019 they were to blame for outbreaks in both Vancouver, British Columbia, and a Michelin star-rated restaurant in Spain, though no deaths were connected to these cases. These fatal fungi, which cost $40 per pound when they are in season and as high as $80 per pound when they are not in season, are considered a delicacy when prepared correctly. Sadly, the chefs at this particular restaurant made a deadly mistake. The morels were usually prepared by pouring a boiling marinade over them before serving, which would inadvertently cook the mushrooms sufficiently. But on the night the illnesses broke out, the chefs chose to forego the step of boiling the sauce, seemingly unaware of the weight of this decision, and as a result, the morels were served to customers raw and dangerous. You see, these funny-shaped shrooms contained chitin, a substance similar to what is found in shellfish exoskeletons, but they also naturally include a particular kind of hydrazine, a cancer-causing chemical that can be found within pesticides or even rocket fuel. Thankfully, the act of cooking morels is supposed to remove these naturally occurring toxins. But don't go foraging in force for them just yet. Even with cooking, the toxicity of these particular mushrooms are not yet fully understood, which means there is no surefire way to be certain they are safe to consume. And they have a twin, a lookalike known as a false morel that is poisonous whether or not they are cooked. And that's not all. It turns out that most of the 5,000 fleshy mushrooms that grow in North America haven't even been tested to see just how toxic they are. But what is known is that 15 of those that have been investigated are deadly. That's right, deadly. And according to the North American Mycological Association, between 1985 and 2006, there were 17 deaths related to wild mushroom consumption across North America. A thorough investigation was conducted concerning the deadly morels, which revealed that, even though they were distributed to multiple states, Dave's Sushi was the only restaurant where illnesses occurred, enforcing the fact that the issue stemmed from how they were prepared before being served to customers. This devastating case of extreme food poisoning sparked action, and the families of Donna Ventura and William Lewis filed wrongful death lawsuits against Dave's Sushi. And thankfully, the restaurant has vowed to never serve the morel mushroom again.